Hey guys, welcome back to the United Star, and we have the trio back with us of Prasham, Preyaan, and Rishi. Rishi looking slightly different with United's win 3-0. You can see a big smile on his face. Rishi, I'm going to come straight to you. Thoughts on the game? Villa started off strong, but we came back. What's your take?
I'm going to link this to what we had spoken about in our Ole debate. I think Prasham had mentioned about how our goals have been inconsistent. They used to come randomly. But I'm telling you honestly today, the goal that Greenwood scored and the penalties that Bruno has been winning, they are the sign of the consistency that we wanted from our goals. Bruno has made it so easy for Greenwood to find space in between the CDM and the defensive line that whenever he picks up the ball over there, he either has space to run at the team or he has space to shoot. And we all know what that, not that one foot, but both his feet can do. So that's all I'm going to say is that I'm so happy to see this consistency and we can only go upwards from here if it continues like this.
Prasham, Rishi mentioned about the penalty. There's a lot of talk that shouldn't be a penalty even at halftime. Personally, I believe that's not a penalty. I think Bruno has a knack of picking up penalties similar to the Spurs game where we should have had that second penalty and John Moss gave it to us. What's your take on the penalty issue?
It wasn't a penalty. It absolutely was not a penalty. And John Moss is not a Premier League level referee. He referees the game from half line. He can't run. He's absolutely useless. And I don't know what VAR is doing. I mean, I'm happy we got the penalty. We needed that because Vishesh, you rightly said, United were looking a little bit, not on the back foot, but Aston Villa were looking good. But after that first penalty, like they really just fizzled out. But again, like the VAR debate we had, like if you all haven't seen the video, guys, check that out. We've mentioned this. Like the referees aren't good enough, and when they aren't doing their job, what is VAR doing? Where is it? But I'm not complaining. I think we did a good job. We deserved to win in the end, but that wasn't a penalty for sure. No.
Priyant, talking about deserving to win, what's your take on the full Rashford and Martial situation? We saw Martial, walk off as one of the saddest I've seen him in like tons of days. So, what's your take on that? Do you think that's in squad competition going on? What's the scene like according to you?
I think that's great. I mean, I haven't seen that in United for however long. I mean, I'm just so happy to see them compete for goals. I've never seen this in so long. And they've been playing well, both of them, and I'm so happy to see them, fighting for that. And then it's neck to neck, so it's amazing to see that. Um, Peter Uri didn't like he took the piss off Martial, and but like it was amazing. It's great to see them
To
So,
quote, to
rivalry.
quote Jose Mourinho, it's beautiful.
I'll talk here, Brian. I'll shoot this to you. Mason Greenwood. He's on 16, one behind Rooney, and he's with the best in a sentence. So, what's your take on the kid? I mean, Prasham thought that he's not going to score for the remaining of the season. I'm going to call
No,
him.
I said he won't score more than 2 goals for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, we can add points to that, Prasham. We'll just add. When after he scored 5, you can say we said he won't score 6 goals. So Priyaan, what's your take on that? Mason
Don't want to
Greenwood.
jinx him at all right now, but he looks like a prodigy, one generational talent. I mean, as Rishi said before, we've got the knack now with Bruno to break open teams which are set out defensively, and that's I think something which was really important for United. And what he said about Bruno finding the space for Greenwood, I think that's helped Greenwood to a very large extent because, as we know, he can shoot with either leg, and that's such a great advantage for him because once he has the space, you're as a fan when Greenwood gets the ball in the final third, you know. I mean, you just know if he gets the shot, he's going to score. So it's just I think I'm very happy for Mason Greenwood. Uh, yeah.
Prasham, off to you. What's your take on the man who scored the third goal, who's been doing a brilliant job quietly, and today he's on the score sheet? Paul Pogba. I think he deserves that.
I think Paul Pogba is finally, again, we said it in our tactical analysis video. I'm going to say it again. the man is here to stay. He's happy at Man United, and you can see that. He literally ran like a child to Bruno Fernandes after scoring that goal. It was like they were playing in the backyard and they were working this out, and it actually worked. And they were so excited, both of them. It was brilliant. There's only two players on the pitch who can score that goal. With all due respect to Bruno, it's Pogba and Grealish, and hopefully we're gonna have both of them next season at Man United. So it was unbelievable. The moment he got the ball, you knew that that's what he was gonna do. It was telegraphed. He sent it to them yesterday, and not one player in Villa's team could do anything about it. That's just how good he is. I mean, Paul Pogba, I'm telling you, he is the best midfielder in the Premier League on ability. And I'll keep saying this. I don't care what people say about De Bruyne or what people say about Bruno. On ability, what Pogba can do on a given day, nobody else can do. He can dribble the ball from one box to another. We saw that today, right? In the end, towards the end, that Rashford chance, which Rashford could have scored, brilliant. Like he dribbled from one box to the other. His vision, we saw that today again. From one end to the other, he was dictating the tempo of the game. Absolutely amazing. His long range shooting, we saw it. He just showed, I think Paul Pogba was brilliant. Even though Greenwood got the goal, Bruno was fantastic with a couple of assists as well. But the way Pogba played today, absolute genius. I absolutely love Paul Pogba. He's on ability. There isn't a better player on this team, even though Bruno has done so well.
Rishi, you've been quiet this full video. What do you want to give your 2 cents on what everyone said till now before we wrap things up?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, I think Ole deserves praise as well. I think
I can't
there
believe
has
what's happening out here. Rishi Chauhan is praising Ole. Oh my God.
there has definitely been a tactical revelation in the team, and I see that because we've utilized Pogba's skills to his best. He is best at playing those crossfield balls, those ones which he puts his laces through, like he pings them, not even those flat ones. And having Bruno being that free floating player really helps our wingers get into positions where where Pogba can release those balls. And when that release happens, there's no need for those tiki taka type football in the middle. It's straight to the winger, and from there you have a overlap. How many times today did we see an overlap from Luke Shaw and that same cross happening? I'm saying this is the sign of tactical consistency, and this is a sign of things that we have practiced this on the training ground, and we are now going to execute this on the field. It's not we're just going to go out there and play. And so I would like to end by saying that Ole deserves praise for this 100%. He has finally turned it around, and I am very excited to see if things continue where we can reach.
I
Also, I think a special mention to Luke Shaw today. I mean, I think he's finally cemented his spot as a United left back now. The runs he made, I think a few times he could have taken a shot also, because he tried to cross it back into the box a lot of times, but he just he's the triple A battery. He just kept running. He's just brilliant.
it goes
Just I think one more player deserves a shout out today. I think he ran and ran and ran the entire day, and he really deserved a goal. Was Rashford.
Rashford.
He doesn't feature on the score sheet. He doesn't feature in the assists. But man, the runs he made allowed Greenwood and Martial to get free. And I mean, in the end, also you saw like when
yeah,
Pogba got the
Pogba's
ball.
bum wasn't that big. That may have
Yeah,
been good.
yeah. And Van Bissaka could actually head a ball. But even Van Bissaka going forward, I'm so happy that he's getting into the right positions. And it almost feels like the goal is there. And even the same thing for Rashford. I think the goal is there. If he gets that goal from open field, I think he's going to explode. Because you could see today, the hunger is there, the determination is there, the running is there. I mean, I think Marcus Rashford, after restart, he's ran the most out of all our forwards, if I could remember correctly. He's ran about 38 kilometers. And it's incredible. I think the way he was running today, he deserves a lot of credit. And the fact that he's doing that is allowing Greenwood and Martial to become free. And yeah, he picked a non-existent fan in the crowd with his free kick, but you expect that from him. But I was really happy with looking at Rashford play, and I was very disappointed he didn't get on the score sheet. Even an assist would have been nice.
So I'm gonna go through this quickly. Who are your man of the matches? I'll start with Rishi. Rishi.
I'm gonna go for Paul Pogba. He was a silent player, but he was absolutely the man of the match. He's been dictating play like a conductor in a orchestra.
Prasham.
I
What's your
have to agree with Rishi. I'm going to go Paul Pogba today. He was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant.
no Greenwood, no Bruno till yet? Preyaan, you would change the
Yeah,
trend.
with 3 for 3, I think I go Pogba too. He was brilliant today.
Okay, so I'm gonna go out of the box, and we've discussed this. I think Martial played legend. You guys can abuse me how much ever you want, but that strike that hit the post and the bar, the tackle that led to the second goal, and then assisting. All round fantastic play. I think the boys are in a different mood altogether, and I think we all four can agree that top four is very highly possible at this.
Third position, man. Third position.
There we go. Third
Third
position.
position.
I think in our preview we spoke about how since this was the last game of the game week, the pressure was on us. But we've knocked the ball right back into the other half of the court, and now the pressure is completely on Chelsea and Leicester because not only have we won, but they've seen the way we've won, and they're going to see the goal difference as well, and it's really going to put pressure on them. They have to make a choice now. Do they keep their defense intact to ensure that they're just getting the 3 points, or do they go out and extend their goal difference as well? Because I don't think we're going to stop scoring now from in the form that we are in. I think 2 goals per game is like a given. So the ball is in their court now, and we've really put pressure on them. It's an easy top four for me.
Also, Vishesh, just to end, before we end, just a couple of players. The brilliant thing about today is that, again, we've not mentioned Matic even once. So, again, I think he's done a spectacular job. And fridge on wheels, Harry Maguire has not made a mistake in the entire game. What more could you ask from a football game, no?
Prasham, I think all of that is for player ratings, and that video will drop down soon. But guys, some great games that we've played since lockdown. Another 3 points, 17 games unbeaten. A few brilliant stats, 100 goals for the season. First team to win by 3 goals for 4 consecutive games. I like these records we're breaking, and let's go and win against Southampton at Old Trafford and show Leicester and Chelsea that we're miles ahead of them and we can compete next season with few additions. So thank you guys for being here. A great game. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.